Good afternoon. Hi there. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot. And today we're going to be continuing the messages from the live from my sister channel, The Spiritual View, where I am one of 7 co-hosts that bring new content every day of the week. And we do our lives on Monday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern and also at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. So most of you guys here who are in my crew already know about the spiritual view, but just in case you don't, please do join us there. Just an amazing energy, an amazing set of a team that, I mean, our energies always merge. We merge our magic. And today's synchronicities I felt were just off the hook. So I wanted to be continuing some more with those messages. Now, we did ask the big question about what lessons of balance are being revisited. And we got the closing door. Hey, Miss Brandy, thanks for joining. Thank you. Thank you. And this energy is really interesting, not only because of the fives of change, but today is a one energy, which is the path of power. When you add today's date, hey Becca, of January, which is a 1, the 27th, we get a 28, plus the 9 of 2025, we get the number 37. 37 years ago was 1988. So let me know what y'all were doing in 1988. That was my entering of my sophomore year. So 88 came up today. It also came up in the energy either yesterday or the day before, as well as 55 and I think a 22. They're on my notes, which are attached in the description box below. Today's song, The Seed 2.0. Okay. And this is a song, when I looked it up, it was the second single from their fifth album. So there's that 22. And the album was called Phrenology, came out in 2002. Another 22. It was recorded November of 2001 and then released 3/31 2003. So that's steps energy 3, 4, 5. So I feel like the steps we're on here is literally how this song even came to be. It was an up tempo retooling of the original, and we talked about that this morning, how the divine feminine energy, it's not coming to take over or dominate and say this is the way, it should have always been the way. It's a combining of the energies, and in order to do that, cycles need to be completed with this 5 energy of change and growth. Hi guys, good morning, or good afternoon I should say. You were a broker in Texas for 25 years, Judy. Wow, that is a long dang time. Hey, Miss Kaylee. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Thank you so much. I feel, Judy, I feel the same way. Oh my gosh. Further, when we add the numbers of today, the total of 37, 3 plus 7 is a 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. How fate can change 5 for us when we close the door to old energies. So energies that are recycling for review are coming up again. Dawn talked pretty in depth about that this morning on the live. So do go back and check in with that if you haven't yet seen it. Now, what was really interesting, and what I wanted to look further into, is that at the bottom of the deck for me is environmental energy. What is happening around us? And this is the second time this card has come out. The first time for you guys during a live, and then today, this morning on our Spiritual View live. And this is called Crown Games, Right Use of Power. Now, I rolled a 1 of the Magician for our 1 day. Liz rolled an 11. 11s and 1s were coming up all over the place. Angel number 199 adds up to a 19 of the Sun, which she pulled in her deck was the Tower energy with a butterfly transformation or change around that tower. Okay, so not all towers are bad. And then when I pulled for the people that were pulling on that 1, 11, and Ed, I think, said 10 in his reply, I got the one card after I rolled the one of awaken. So there are energies that are coming online and awakening. And then what you can see that it was sticking out on the live, and I just peeked at it and kind of was like, uh-huh, because we were only reading one card each. This one is called Crown Games, or excuse me, Golden Crown. It's a 14, which is 1 and 4 plus 5, or 1 plus 4 equals 5. Spit it out, Ange. And was coming out here to clarify and confirm for me this Crown Games energy, the right use of power. And then what you also didn't get to see was that the mirrored souls. And I know y'all love that card. These are the people in our life that show us ourselves, our own reflection, that open our heart space, sometimes in not so fun ways. But this is all about, that's 11 energy for me, even though that's a 21 card. So, 1221, the Hanged Man, seeing something from a different perspective, has still been coming up a lot. And I feel like here, if this is a person mirroring to you back things that need to be healed, this is the energy that is recycling. So there you have that. So I did want to use, I want to look up the Crown Games because we didn't get a chance last time to look up the Shaman's Dream and see what that was all about. So we're going to do that today. Hey, Miss Peg, how are you? I know it's really the healed heart space. I mean, I really feel like that's coming back around here. We're waking up, and look how too, as she awakens, it's like, see the synergy and the energy transferring back between the two. And it's like, oh, that's what that was. So even if it was in a painful way, we're finally recognizing that that energy was for us. That lesson wasn't to, be like, screw you, you're doing terrible. No, on the contrary, it was to show you that this is recycling again, because now's the time that you're going to awaken to the message. You're going to see the why of it. We always want to know the why, right? So let's see where we go here today. My plan is to pull in all signs with a few questions. So we'll see where we go. The most of the time that I make these elaborate plans, Spirit has other ideas when I get to the table. So we'll just see where we go, and I'll follow the energy where it may lead. So right here, let's have a look at this Crown Games energy: leadership, responsibility, accountability, right use of power. There is a game of power played by all people, whether they're conscious of it or not. It concerns who has it and who doesn't, how to get more of it, and not to lose that which you have, and how to wield it wisely and not get too drunk with it to cause harm. These are matters you need to ponder now, and you find yourself in the crown game too. You want to be on top, the best, the most effective, the most beloved. You may discover that your deep desire to help others is disguising the underpinnings of this complex game. Power and all it entails can be both dangerous and productive, destructive and redemptive. This is on page 16, which is the energy of the tower that Liz pulled. Which will it be for you? Can we forgive without condoning and keep our dignity when challenged? When will we be accountable, amenable to change, or making amends? Can we let go of our need to rescue others? Lead with humility while letting others discover their own way home. We talked about that in my last live with y'all, I believe, on Saturday. Now you're learning that empowerment comes with a price and a sacrifice for sovereignty. This is a time to pick your battles, use strategy, and temper our reactions. We have the power to make a beautiful difference on behalf of others. Can we see power as a currency that we must spend judiciously? All the 11s, judiciously, balance, okay, balancing. True power is stewarded wisely, for it is given from the divine, not from the ego. In all your relations, the greatest beauty is when power is shared. If we're in a higher position, it's even more important to be kind and respectful. So ask for guidance, and it will come when we choose compassion over our own goals and desires. When we stop caring about who wears the crown, true success and influence appear for us. How beautiful is that? Okay, so lots of gold and light energy. There was lots of purples in the gal's cards today as well. So that beautiful lavender and bluey energy. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. I'm going to start off with, I want to go pretty simplistic here. So I love this fire deck here. It's Souls on Fire, MJ's, and I did just talk about the 180 of the 12 of the hangman, and there he is on the bottom of the deck, 12 and 21. How you like me now? How you like spirit now? Oh my gosh. Which Carole King song? Where you lead, I will follow you anywhere you want me to. Carole King. Oh my gosh. Like I will follow. I'm gonna have to look that up. I know what you're talking about. Fast energy there coming in hot. As far as once our own cup is full and our intuition comes online, here comes the passion of Holland. Don't be surprised by that. Oh, Jude, did you what you got going on with pups? I'll have to he's so ill. Oh, we don't like that. Poor little babe. And definitely healing energies being sent your all's way, guys. Two of cups here on the bottom, that mirrored souls energy again. Let's see what's up here. So what aggressions are a block to a new start? So in my notes today, I had two hermits and a magician on the top of a mountain. And that synergy of energy, I wrote down the summit of synergy. The summit of synergy. Okay. Synergy is not jealousy, strife, and competition. This is literally what this Crown Games card was talking about. I always have the soccer or, sports teams analogy of when there's a ball hogger that wants to showboat and always be the one, kicking the ball in the goal for the score. It's about the team. We've got to come together as a team and not allow the showboater to kind of commandeer the game, because it's about everybody. That's how we win with this Ace of Pentacles. And I drew when I wrote down the seed 2.0, I drew an Ace of Pentacles. So our reading is ready to go here. Let's start with Aries. Let's see what we're channeling here. Our confidence. So that is literally the Aries card. Also Scorpio energy there of Mars. Cardinal fire here would be our Aries sign. And Dawn did talk about the squares that we'll need to be aware of as Venus retrogrades and then moves forward again back into Aries. So what we can let go of here and any kind of aggressions, it feels like someone's tried, Aries, maybe to kind of dim your light or take away your confidence. Maybe Aries energy in our chart has used this confidence in kind of an aggressive way, because that sextile is about using conflict to understand and resolve issues, synced up with channeling aggression. So instead of being, the showboater, Aries, they gotta make sure we're letting all the energies play in the game here. What about Taurus? Taurus may be at a decision point here, a little bit of willful blindness, of not wanting to make some sort of decision. So how we could, maybe it's like, people are waiting, Taurus. People are waiting, and yet you're like, I am not ready to make a decision yet, and I'll do that in my own time when I am ready. 2 3 4s would be again cardinal energy, but this would be of the swords, so a Libra here, flare of balance. You have the power here, Taurus energies, in your chart, wherever that's located, to make a decision where it can be a win-win. Okay. Let's look at Gemini. Gemini, in the Gemini areas of our chart, Jupiter is retrograding there. So it's a lot of examination time here, that can be past family issues or really anything in the past that has broken our heart. Gemini, you might be not ready yet to grab that sword of truth underneath. And if you do still feel like there's a door to be closed here and you're just not ready to close it, same here with Taurus, not wanting to close something or make that decision, there might be some more messages, some ancestral messages coming through for you. 2 3 4 again would be that balance energy, cardinal air of Libra. Okay, let's look at Cancer. There's the Tower. So Liz and I are both Cancer. She pulled that Tower card, but it was a sun energy. I drew a big sun at the top of my notes today. This is not a bad change. This is just a surprise. Again, we talked about the song Walls. A Western girl with Eastern eyes took a wrong turn and found surprise awaits. Okay. And this is actually something that can boost the confidence here, starting at our story with Aries. So there is a surprise here. We can channel aggression, Cancer, and the Cancerian energy of our charts. That is about the home, our foundations. Okay. And especially following this energy here of the Four of Swords, that can be healing. Okay, healing any kind of aggressions about our foundations. This can be even like a revelation of information that helps you drop something once and for all, so that we can grab that sword of truth. All right, let's see what's going on for Leos here. More cardinal energy, but cardinal earth. So now we're looking at that Capricorn. This and that are true. There's also 2 sailboats here. And I feel like there was a Sabian energy of a sailboat. Yes. Cancerian Sabian symbol of 22. A woman awaiting a sailboat. So that might remind you of such visualizations of energies of 3 of Wands, where traditionally she's standing on the edge of a cliff. She's made her manifestations and she's waiting for that ship to come in. And what this says, the lesson here is becoming able to withstand the poignancy of dreamings, uncertainty. So poignancy is something that brings forth strong emotions or has a big affecting power. Something that has big affecting power, strong emotions in the Cancerian area of our chart. This might be where we find surprise is awaiting. How cool is that? How cool is that? In the Leo energy, of course, is fixed energy. I love that there are this on the 2 cardinal ends of the spectrum here. This is a good surprise. Okay. Be sure not to kind of like rub it in. I don't know where that's coming from, but be sure not to rub it in. Crown games, the right use of power. So this sailboat energy here, there are 2 sailboats in the Leo section of your chart. You may be going back and forth with 2 3D options. So I know some of the charts I've done for y'all. I do a lot of Virgo charts, and also seemingly the same as my ascendant, which is Leo. So if your ascendant is Leo, for example, there are two realities here that are available to you. And we do have to make a decision that's connecting to the fixed energy here of the Two of Swords for Taurus, not wanting to make a decision. And I feel like this is telling me here with the orange lemniscape is whichever decision lights your fire, what ignites your passion, what lights you up, what turns you on, what makes you really excited. Okay. And it's not well, I should do XYZ. It's not that choice. Okay. Wherever that's for, whoever that's for, it might be even regarding this mirrored soul that we are awakening to the lesson of. Okay, let's look here at Virgo. Okay, Virgo, you got 9 cups sitting here. And what I find interesting about this 9 cups is it's all about wish fulfillment, but this yellow energy here of the solar plexus, the third chakra, is about letting our solar plexus be our divining rod, right? It divines us toward our happiness. And in this card here, it's like Virgo is covering up their own solar plexus. They're covering up their own sun, right? Maybe you're not allowing this into the equation or pinging off this Taurus energy right here above you. It's just a decision that you don't want to make. It's almost as if, how dare I put myself first? So, wherever that falls in your chart, if you're unsure, that would be representative of the 6th house, your everyday life, the things that you do each day. Are they leading you to your best and highest self? That's either a yes or no. Is this going to be something that gets me closer to or farther away from? And Virgo energy, even though it's a 9 of cups, that's an amazing energy. It's an amazing card. All this creativity and that sacral chakra surrounding you. And it's like you're not wanting to allow your own happiness here into this decision. It's right in between these twos here. 292. Let's keep going. Libra. Okay, Libra, you are walking away from 8 broken cups that do not make you happy towards that 9th cup. And remember, the signs before us always have something to teach us. So, what can you learn from a Virgo, Libra, in that area of your chart? What can you learn here from Virgo perhaps blocking their own joy? And if this is a decision between two 3D realities, I feel like we have to decide which one ignites joy and sparks passion. What is the emphatic yes, regardless of whether we want to make that decision or not? This is a whole story, guys, that flows together. Okay, so right above you here, and that Gemini energy is not quite yet ready to grab this sort of truth. And as you get down to the Libra portion of your chart, Libra is all about balance. You understand that in order to fully heal, you do have to pick up that sword and walk towards your own truth. And this does include what lights you up. And regardless of what's going on around you, you have to stay true to yourself, to your passion. Where is that wish fulfillment really? Okay. Let's look here at Scorpio energy. Scorpio, so water signs all down this line. A Five of Cups energy. And again, yeah, the sign before you, Eight of Cups. You regret having to leave and leave something behind. But this is an old story, guys. Five of Cups it can even go all the way back to that childhood, like I mentioned here, with the mother and child in that stained glass window, and that might surprise you. You've taken some wrong turns. Maybe I shouldn't have left that behind. There is definitely some regret, but I feel like this is an ancient regret. It may be something that you're now surprised is coming up for you, that it wasn't a wrong turn after all. We've got to release that Five of Change energy. Release that. That change was meant for you. Whatever you've walked away from, we don't want to hold regret onto it, because the decision's already been made, especially if it was made out of passion and what lights your soul on fire moving forward. Okay. Wow, Saggy. Okay, Saggy energy. Here we've got the Empress coming through. Little bit of a book ending here, that Queen of Wands. So again, creative energy is abundant here on both energies. And I mean, Queen of Wands, master manifester for sure. And she is book ending this Mars energy of the Tower, which is Aries and Scorpio energies, just like this. So this is what's here right now, guys. Okay, two major arcana on the table. Whatever you are creating, Sagittarius portion of your chart. For me, that's the fifth house, for example. So creativity, romance, and pleasure. What excites you? What turns you on? Wherever Sagittarius is in your chart is going to be showing you here, this is how you can use that power and the right way, the right use of feminine power. Okay. Incorporating in that gentleness and ease. The oak tree of the emperor and the sway and energy, like on the mermaid tarot with those palm trees, the sway of the feminine energy, being able to go with the flow and not being so rigid. Mars, emperor energy. Okay. Let's look at Capricorn. Capricorn, you are leaving something behind here, because it's attached to this Nine of Cups and in this earth line of willful blindness of like, no, I don't want to have to make this decision. If it is also for the greater good, the universe is going to help you out with that. Now, traditionally, Seven of Swords, readers tend to, not always, but they tend to focus on somebody's lying, somebody's manipulating. But this character, we've got to remember, all cards have a shadow and light. The light energy of Seven of Swords it's for the greater good of all. If I'm taking these swords away from the army camp, that way they cannot use them to hurt people. Empress energy. We're looking at the light side of this energy. Whatever you're leaving behind, it is for the greater good, especially if whatever you're leaving behind here was covering up your own joy, or your own joy just was not part of the equation here. Okay, it is time. What we walking away from, looking over your shoulders at the sun, what I just said, the solar plexus, your own joy. That is our own sun, our own solar plexus. It leads us to our greatest and highest good simply through joy. And here it is now. And the reason that you're walking away from whatever it is and using your Empress energy is because the other situation, your joy was blocked. You didn't have a way to, there was no room in there for you. Okay. There was just no room. So Aquarian energy, I mean, wow. Coming up here in the air section of our chart. When we're done healing, perhaps even a family issue, an issue of foundation, walking away from those 8 broken cups, seeing in the past where we blocked our own happiness. And you're like, yeah, Ange, that's where I'm going. And the walls are coming down. We don't have to play inside the lines. Okay, that's not where joy happens. I can tell you that. That is not where joy happens. Okay, playing inside the lines, in my experience, creates jealousy, strife, and competition. Who's drawing? Who's the author of the coloring book? It should be you. Okay, yes, there's parameters, but if there was no room in there for you, you don't want to color. We pick up a coloring book and we're like, oh, I don't like those things. I don't want to color in something that I don't like the drawings of, right? I don't like those lines. Pick up a new coloring book, maybe even create your own dang coloring book. Okay, we're not walking away from something dissatisfying only to be dissatisfied. We're walking away from something dissatisfying because there was no room for our joy in there. Okay. And this may be a lesson we learned in childhood here, especially book ending the energy we talked about here. Maybe you were taught that your needs were secondary, or maybe you just witnessed that happening around you. Okay. Let's look at Pisces. Told you it was a good surprise. Here's our bat. And we have our ball on the bottom of the deck. Are you ready to knock it out of the park? What are you going to create that is joy-filled? What coloring book are you making that you are included in? I hope this is resonating for you guys. I'd love to have a sweary coloring book. That sounds like a gift for Marcia. Oh my gosh, Peg, my mom was a Virgo too. Wow. And the anniversary is tomorrow. That's incredible. Wow. Happy heavenly birthday. Wow. To them both. To them both. They might be trying to get these messages through to you here, Peg, especially of what's for the greater good of you. Is your vibrational energy increasing? Okay. Tapping in on a diagonal here, using Queen of Wands knows how to use the Ace of Wands. She creates, she manifests, and that is what she has in common here with the master manifester of the Empress energy. Okay, and it does require leaving behind what no longer works for us and a right use of power. Okay, loud and clear here. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have got, there's our strength energy there with that lemniscate. We've got our Ace of Pentacles, the strength card, 2 of Wands, a decision point. Absolutely. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, there's our Capricorn energy there. That would be our cardinal earth energy. Alrighty, Alexa off. 6 of Wands, victory when we do that. And we've got a 6 of Pentacles, and he's holding a scale that is balanced when we're walking away from patterns, 9 of Wands, that have been on repeat. Okay, this is exhaustion. What pattern are you tired of that's coming back around to present itself? It's okay. You know, there's regrets. We regret maybe that we stayed too long at the party, or that we had to actually walk away from this. But if it's for the best and highest good of all, I mean, we've got this pentacle. There's the ball to your bat. What good is the bat without the ball, and vice versa? Okay, with the bat, you can knock it out of the park. I believe that was one of my posts. What's your knock it out of the park dream? Okay. Something that can shock and surprise you if it did come in. Took a wrong turn and found surprise awaits. Now there's nothing in your way when we're not repeating this pattern and expecting a different result. We've had experience with this, guys. We've had lots of experience. Let's get some advice for each sign here. Let's get you some advice. How about you liked when we had our ascension deck that last time? So advice here on each portion of your chart, starting with Aries to Pisces. Peggy, I thought at first I was reading because my vision's terrible. I thought at first it said a sweaty coloring book. Hey, Healed Heart Space, thanks for being here. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Joe's, hi, Miss Josie. We're learning our lessons here. Not to fight the energy, especially if the theme here, if someone has been a showboater or was always only wanted to play when they could be the lead or make the goals, then that's not right use of power, right? That is not right use of power. Aries through Pisces, advice for all 12 signs, please. Okay, we're ready. Can't make it up. And wasn't there a swan on one of the cards? It might have been Marcia's too. There was a swan energy. I'll have to go back and look. This is the 1111 energy of mission accomplished. We are not repeating this pattern. And look, diplomacy and balance coming in. Fast, passionate communications or downloads from spirit about our emotions. Fast energy of the Knight of Swords. And there is a 9 of Pentacles underneath that. I'd say that's quite the surprise, guys. Okay, mission accomplished. No longer letting the show voter right, no longer hiding our own joy to allow them to be the one that always takes the credit or takes the prize. Okay, let's look. Advice for Aries: speak your truth, express yourself. That's how we're coming back into balance here. How we're coming back into balance. Speak your truth. It's an 8 to 8 of that sun or fire energy, Leo energy there. Speaking our truth about this imbalance, perhaps. All right, Taurus energy, 1-1, the chosen one, fast track to ascension. Whatever choice we're putting off or being willfully blind to in the Taurus section of our chart, could have to do with messages coming in from music, simply raising our vibrational frequency. We talk about it all the time. Will help you make this decision with that 22 of the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles that we've been maybe waffling back and forth about. Fast track to ascension. That's how the answers come when we speak our truth. As well, our words are a vibration. How we say the words is a vibration. The right use of power. Very cool. And don't forget, we did have that change, the closing door to this competition, this competitive type of energy. We accomplish our mission when we take our hands off of that solar plexus and focus on our wish fulfillment. Wow. All right, Gemini, 6 to 6, more creative energy. I always see a spider here, changing your perception. So changing our perception of this 3 of Swords, right, helps us speak our truth, grab that sword, and walk away from what no longer serves us toward our sun. All that air energy, and I love that this is like a gray, the gray suit called Beyond Illusion. changing our perception of this, of healing what we needed to heal from, and how that actually was here for us and not just to mess with us. Cancer, what we got here, 10 to 10, this surprise 10 to 10 reunion. Look at that yin and yang balance of energy. Beautiful. Okay, balancing with this reconciliation of why we grew up the way we did and around who we did, because our souls choose that to help us grow. Okay, reconciling differences. You might be quite shocked here that this was solvable. Beautiful. What about Leo? Okay, take me home, the pathway to true love. No more waffling or wavering. It has to be focused on what your true happiness is all about. Just not just one person's. Okay. Another 1111 energy, but in the cranberry suit. Pathway to true love. And there are, it always looks like two birdies on either side of a heart to me, but it's the heart with angel wings. So if that's a symbol for anyone, or feathers might come into play. Let's look at Virgos. 7 to 7 energy, healing separation. And look, there's two crowns, right? Use of power, crown games. That is not about hiding what would bring us joy and sacrificing it for the other. That is not the right use of power. And this is a 7 to 7 energy, healing separation. With his hands across his solar plexus, go within. Okay, go within. So something in your daily life that is begging you to ask yourself, are you applying energy towards the life of your dreams that you want, even in the smallest ways, every single day? Going within to find our own, what would truly bring us joy and make us happy, and then allowing ourselves to act on that. So far, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our 12, halfway through the zodiacal wheel, we've got 4 of those in this cranberry energy and 2 in this gray air energy, speaking our truth and changing how we think or see something, changing our perception. Let's look at Libra. Clearing karma, you walking away from what does not make you happy checks the box as far as the universe is concerned. Not only that, walking away from that is a Kundalini activation here in this Gemini portion of your chart. Okay, lots of fire there too. Clearing karma, Kundalini activation. It's the first amber colored card or amber color suit out here on the table so far. Scorpio, second amber. Nuh-uh, Ange. Second amber card for Scorpio that had 5 of Cups energy about letting go of regret, because that pulls our energy down. 10 to 10. Divine creativity, receiving cosmic intelligence. If we're in a regretful state, coulda, woulda, shouldas, okay, that pulls our vibration down and we cannot get our messages. So that's pretty incredible here, Scorpio, digging a little bit deeper, perhaps in ways which we can change our perception and rewrite this kind of spidery energy there, rewriting the story. It gets to be, especially the future, gets to be whatever you make of it. Underneath the tower, which came out with a butterfly on Elizabeth's message, there's butterflies all over the place here. Okay, so letting go of those regrets brings in this divine creativity, all these rainbow colors here. We were talking about coloring, and we get our downloads that have been trying to get to us the whole time, receiving cosmic intelligence. Let's keep going for Sag. What's up? releasing the past. Okay. Remember, we have Empress energy here. You're already creating something new. And the first of this suit, the olive suit here, this is a one-to-one karmic relationship, releasing the past. Okay. Karmic relationships are not good or bad, they're both. Okay. Karmic means a lesson that was purposeful. It was purposely put into our path. Okay. And we've got to release the past, is what I was just talking about here, because the sign before us always has something to teach us. The evil mailman just got here, so sorry about that. Releasing the past. We understand the lesson of that mirrored soul's energy. We get it. And now, with the right use of power, we're owning it and we're understanding the lesson that it had its purpose. Okay, what about for Capricorn energies here? 10 to 10 back in the gray suit, practicing self-love, definitely by speaking your truth there, that's for sure. And nurturing our inner child. She has a little baby in there, and the card, the sign before Capricorn is indeed Sagittarius, and this is about nurturing our inner child and not just walking away like, that's silly talk, Ange. How do I nurture my inner child? We have to reparent ourselves. We have to be the person that we needed, that created the patterns that we played out because we weren't or were getting what we needed, but we had a way of doing that. And we do that from a child's perspective, because it's the way we're surviving, right? So, for example, if you learned by watching people around you here in the home, okay, mothering energy here, Virgo, of sacrificing your own happiness for everyone else, thinking that was for the greater good, then we would have subconsciously been repeating that pattern. Okay, going within and really understanding that we have to heal that in ourselves. We are our own hero on this journey. We're born alone, we die alone. Okay. Our soul has a contract, lots of contracts, but it also has its oversoul, the goal of that oversoul. And we have to do this kind of work of nurturing within so that we can release the past and understand that even if we didn't get what we needed, we got the lesson that we needed so that we can grow where our soul has agreed to go this lifetime. Okay, part of that is this nurturing your inner child, which is followed by the child on the horse. Okay. Horses always remind me of that Sag energy. So it starts with that right use of power. Your happiness is included. Okay. That is what is for the greater good of all. Okay. Not walking away from your happiness to satisfy somebody else. All right. Aquarius, intense change. Okay, pull me back up here to that lightning bolt of the tower energy. Here is the phoenix rising from the flames of whatever that surprise was. Okay, it's a good surprise. And this card is a false twin flame, so that it purposely ignites this intense change within, because it pushes us towards our happiness. It pushes us to let those walls down and be free. Okay. Just think of, like nudity. It's about the freest we're going to be, right? We don't have anything that is protecting us. We don't have anything that is covering up anything we want to hide, right? So this intense change does bring an ending for you, okay, for us. It is a good change. Ace of Wands, this spark, this passion, this creativity, and we've got this intense change with the flame. This is what it's bringing here. It's bringing us the bat to hit our dream out of the park farther than we've ever dreamt it that it could go before. Pisces, open your heart, set loving boundaries. Okay, coming back into that gray energy. Ooh, I'm getting a earring there. So this is pinging off of the slate suit. Opening our heart, setting loving boundaries comes before practicing self-love. So these are intertwining here with this Capricorn energy. The loving boundaries and something, that can be I'm walking away from something for the greater good of service here. Your greater good is for the greater good. Greater good, greater good. Okay. And that also is pinging back to the Libra energy of changing our perception, expressing ourselves, and speaking the truth. Okay. Then we have a lot of that cranberry energy here for Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. And then we have connecting energies of this amber. These are like energies here, this 8 of Cups and 5 of Cups for Libra and Scorpio, the amber energy, clearing karma, walking away from what doesn't suit into this. We jump from a 6 to a 10. So clearing that karma and really releasing any regrets we have about that brings in this transformation, which the tower represents right above it. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And then we have Saggy and Aquarian energy pinging here. We move from a 1 to a 2, releasing the past so that this intense change can lead us to happiness. What a reading, guys. Wow. I mean, I just can't. We're channeling any aggression over that. This is a 2.0. I also wrote down a day of doubles. We saw those twos, double takes, retakes, like with school photos and whatnot, touch ups. Okay. It's a seed. It's a 2.0 seed. Okay. We're zhuzhing it up. What's on the bottom of the deck here? Spiritual awakening 2 to 2. Isn't that fun? Hey, Shaz, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. I miss you too when you're not here, Josie. Aren't they the best? They're just the best. Wow. Shift or be shifted. You cannot make that ish or shift up. You cannot make that shift up. See, now I aren't person, and there's our butterfly, and the chains are being released. This butterfly is flying away from this regret of the past. No more chains. The walls are coming down. Personal freedom, unleashed, rebirth, spiritual awakening. I mean, wow, wow, wow. You guys' energy is always off the hook. I mean, look what we've got here, this balance. We got 3 of the 2s. We got wands, pentacles, and swords. Guess what's missing after we make this shift? We saw it in the pre-shuffle. It's on the surface energy. It's in the mix, 2 of cups. When you're balanced, you attract that balanced energy back in. It's just the physics of the vibration. Wow. Does lead to victory, balance, bookending balance here with the 2s, and it does require a choice of action. If we do what we've always done, we get what we've always got. We've had many experiences of that. We are owning. This is lower octave Empress energy here showing up. Okay. Also brings you all of the 3D things in victory that you've been wanting to achieve. More time, more energy, talent. Okay. Resources that come to you because of your own vibrational frequency. I feel like this is one of the most gorgeous readings I've ever put on the table. I mean, this is crazy, you guys. And we had our mission accomplished as our theme. It's this turquoise energy, and look at the environmental energy, all in the same suit. Not a dang single card here was presented on the board, but what's here for us is trying to take us home. The right use of power, personal freedom unleashed. We see it played out here in the whole astrological wheel. It's its whole story. Wow. Whew. I wish you guys could just feel a fraction of this energy that I'm feeling like just emanating off this table today. It's very beautiful. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. It's a 20, another 2. You may say she's reaching for that star. There's a little baby hand holding her. This is you reparenting the inner child that you have with you at all times. That's how we soar, guys. That's the answer to this. If we are in confusion, self-love is the answer. We need to uncover what patterns, how we've been showing up. And that does not include the energy of, but they did blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they did. But how do we react to it? That's the onus is, that's where our onus is. Okay. When we are nurturing the inner child that caused us to react to their shenanigans or someone else's way that dulled our light and forced us to not even consider our own happiness, that's learned. Where do we learn that? Can we forgive that and not have regrets and say, well, if I would have been brought up with XYZ, then I would have had ABC. That's not it. Okay. That's not it. Book ending here on the bottom of the deck, another 20 freaking 1. Can you believe that? And that is a feminine energy on the throne here. I don't feel like I've pulled this. The judge, decision, all of the 2s, so that the 2 of Cups can come in. It's the only 2 missing here today. But it was, we felt it, we saw it in the shuffle. The energy is afoot. If you want to take full advantage of that, the decision has to be yours, and only from a place of balance can we pull in energy that is also balanced. Those Libra scales there. The judge. Okay, I've read the dreamer card. Rebecca, I know that's come up for you before on the spiritual view and the live. I love this reading too. Can't wait to go back and watch it and see all the other syncs that I'm probably missing here. All right, 21, that mirrored souls. They were here to reflect, getting another big old ear pressure there, ear squeezy. Okay. The temple of belonging. Let's look at the judge. All right. Let me try to get it so it's not, there we go, reflecting. She is the mistress of her own power, and she lives in you. Now is the time to call on her. Her message is trust yourself. There is no source outside your sacred self that can make decisions or choices for you. Oh my gosh. Your feelings, convictions, experiences, and inner knowings are enough. The judge asks you right now, who is the ultimate judge of your worth and well-being? Is it a spouse, your kids, a boss, a friend, lover, or family member? Is it a project? Goofies. Is it a project? Ding nabbit. Okay, is it a let's see, is it a project, a deadline, or an expectation? Talked about that on the spiritual view this morning. Is it a school or church or other organization? Is it an old belief, a handed down, outdated thought? Is it a society that demands your conformity? I said creativity dies inside the lines. Make your own damn coloring book. A woman in total control of herself, this is from my witch deck here, knows that the ultimate authority is herself. And therefore, she devotes a significant amount of energy listening, tending, and growing the relationship with that self, nurturing our inner child. Our healing and recovery, our broken heart started before we're even aware that it did. This is a long time ago, a long time of regret. This is forgiveness time, guys. We need to release and let that go so that the energy of the new moon in Aquarius will have its full powers of manifestation, bring love into the situation. This is a huge opportunity. If everything around us is chaos, okay, 5 and 5, close that door. The lesson can be completed once and for all. Wow. Just wow. Okay. She is the ultimate judge, listening to all the various voices, thoughts, and opinions, both in her head and in her circle of support, dismissing whatever insults her soul. Now is the time to consult the authority in you and allow yourself to embody her value. Don't shrink for others. You are a galaxy with stars hidden in your skin. You may say, I'm a dreamer. No, I'm not the only one. Trust yourself. You're not the only one. And if all the dreamers join together, the world can live as one. John Lennon knew what he was talking about. Are we holding the hand of our inner child, or do we think that's a silly concept? This is creating our own coloring book and not the lines of society or, patriarchal reign of this is what you should do. This is how you should be seen. I know you guys, a lot of you guys are around my age. You remember being forced to wear pantyhose to work? Men had to wear pantyhose. Do you think that they would make that a you have to do this rule? I'd love to see that. Where did that even come from? That's such a random little thought that dropped in my head. But do you remember that? Uncomfortable. Yes, in the wintertime, it wasn't as bad. It helped keep us warm. But like that was an enforcement for in the role of, the office environment. You must wear pantyhose. What? Stupidest rule ever. Do you guys remember? Are you old enough to remember that? Wow. Just wow, guys. I mean, this is, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. So happy the pantyhose are out. Poor little legs. I used to love when my mom got those because I would always turn it into, like a little purse of, create a purse out of it or some sort or some kind of place for my doll babies or my glamour gals to, be stored in or taken with me. But this is just an insanely beautiful reading today, you guys. Thank you so much for your own energetic vibration that contributed to today's messages. Underneath that, Medicine Woman It's a 34 or a 7, and the Dancer 24. Which is a 6. I mean, this is the salve, and the salve is your own best and highest joy, no longer being covered up just so others can feel their joy. Okay. Very powerful. Very, very powerful here today. All right, guys, I will bid you adieu for now. I'm going to go ahead and get our video ready for tonight. The 6 o'clock yoga class over on the Spiritual View. Always outside the lines over here, Rebecca. I like that. You're my kind of person. All right, guys, I will see you tonight. I hope you will join me for 6 p.m. yoga. And I think we'll go add in a few more of those hip openers, going through the hatha poses that we hold to build muscle and muscle endurance. Okay. And that breathing balance, space of balance. Hatha is all about maintaining a pose so that we can find the balance within that difficulty. Okay. Wow. 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 Michelle K, check your notification bell, because I've had several people tell me that, and I've seen other readers talk about how the tubes go through twice a year and just dump subscribers. They take them out. Okay. So make sure that when you click that little pull down menu that you say all notifications, make sure that's re-clicked, because they do get clicked off, and not by y'all. So I've definitely had that happen to me with other readers that I love too. Oh, you're so welcome, guys. I love doing lives with you. Right back at you there. You remember wearing pantyhose and dresses? Yeah, and dresses. Come on. Yeah, I know. I probably just like totally opened up a big old can of worms there, huh? Of course, if men had to wear pantyhose, maybe there would be a good purpose for that. No cans of worms opened. I don't. All right, it's time to go when I start getting super silly. But I will definitely see you guys. See you guys tonight at 6 over on the Spiritual View. Thanks for joining me here today. Love you, mean it. Bye, guys.